I have to run find a charger in a few minutes.
All right, now we're going to have one on YouTube. What up? 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 It's your boy T.
Hey, it's your man B.
Hey, you on the ride up?
Looking like a light skinned Umar Johnson. Here we go.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Season 2, episode 31.
31. We said we gonna flip it on at 33 after the 33, right?
Yes, sir.
I bet.
So
So
who
that's
who we giving
Scotty
this to?
Pippen.
We
Oh,
giving it
who
to the
you doing,
sniper?
31? Reggie.
We giving it to the sniper.
Yeah,
Facts. The Reggie Miller episode.
Reggie
I
Miller
like that.
everything. Absolutely. Absolutely. What's going on with you, brother?
Hey man, we got lot of things going on, man. A lot of things going on right now, man.
Yeah, no, I wanted to get your opinion on a few things. So we haven't talked comedy in a minute. I don't know if we're going to start with that. We don't have to, but there's some things going on in the city as well. Trade rumors with our guy John Wall. Um, the Washington football team still thinks it's ready for the playoffs. Uh,
Number
so
one in the number one in the division, baby.
number one in the division for three
Mhm.
games under 500, but
Hey,
number one
hey,
in the
hey,
division.
hey, hey, hey. None of that matters. None of that matters right now.
Yeah, okay. I guess. I guess we beat Dallas twice. I guess that's all that matters. I guess that's at the end of the day. You know what I mean? You know what? You know what? Let's talk football. We're here.
Okay, I mean, let's talk football, B.
Washington football team made a decision to go away from Dwayne Haskins to Kyle Allen. Unfortunately, Kyle Allen broke his ankle and his leg a couple weeks ago. It's the third quarterback to do that in the last 2 years. That doesn't mean anything because that's just football. But so they went back to Alex Smith. My whole thing, even at the beginning of it, if they went to Alex Smith, it was a signal that they were punting on the season. And
That was your opinion. Yes.
my opinion, that was an opinion of mine early because I've seen injuries where you take out chunks of meat out of an appendage and it doesn't look good. It's not.
Just me.
I mean, that's what it. Did you see it? Did you see
Yeah,
the leg?
of course I've seen it.
Yeah,
Of
like
course
I've
I've
seen
seen
that
the
in real life.
pictures.
Like I've seen that. I've lived with somebody with like that in real life, so I've understand what that can do to a human's first of all his own psyche, then to his body. You know what I mean? So shout out to him for getting all the way past that. He still looks weird throwing the ball. I mean, I'm not gonna. He looks weird throwing the ball. I don't care what nobody say, but it's the ball's getting out. He's taking sacks. You know what I mean? The legs that stood up. I don't know how much titanium he got in there, but um, you know what I mean. So I was wrong as far as health wise. Could he do it? As far as like, would he protect the legs so much he hurt something else or something like that, or would his body even be able to throw an NFL pass? And he can do all those things. The offense has looked okay. You know what I mean? It's fine. You know what I
Just
mean?
keep
It's
running the
it's not a
ball.
it's
Keep
not a
feeding
lot of
Gibson.
talent. It's Antonio Gibson and McLaurin and you know what
And
I
Lance
mean. That's it.
and Thomas and Logan Thomas.
Nah, I'm not giving that to him. He's
I
a
like
tight
Logan.
he's a tight end. He's a second string tight end at best. That's starting right now. Like he can't move. Like he can't jump, but past 6 inches off the ground. Oh man, I can't. Like he. I give this to him. He's a competitor. Like you can see it when he blocks, when he makes the block, because I've seen him miss a few.
Okay.
When he makes the block, he can knock somebody on his ass.
Hey, listen.
That's what he got.
We can save all that shit for the next time they lose. But for now,
Okay,
we're
so
going to
yeah,
We're going to enjoy the fact that we spanked Dallas
Yeah.
on national TV.
Cowboys
enjoy that.
Cowboys fans, how I feel to be in 2020, lose to the Redskins, or lose to the Washington football team twice.
We're going to enjoy that.
Because there's a couple of y'all listening. I know it is. What's up with y'all? What's going on with your team? I know Dak, he split his leg 3 times. Shout out to him. Right? Hope he comes back better than ever and gets that gets that bread. But
2-game winning streak too. We're on a 2-game winning streak.
Absolutely. It's a tough stretch for them coming up, but I don't hate them. Like it was always an evaluation year. And that was all the way through. That was to evaluate who Ron Rivera was and his decision to pick Scott Turner as an offensive coordinator was. I was
still not about that.
Out of principle, I'm not big on nepotism, and that's how Scott Turner got his job. So that, to me, I'm not with it. But he did. He got another shot coming.
You want cheese?
Yeah.
So, just in today, the second head coach of the NFL season got fired. Matt Patricia got fired. No, not Adam Gase, who hasn't won a game. Matt Patricia, who is, I believe they're 4-7 now, got fired.
Good job. Good job, Detroit, for finally figuring out that y'all made a bad decision.
They got embarrassed on national TV too. Theirs was 41-17. To be honest with you,
organization.
Listen, some of the play calls that Sherman did. I mean, did he call? Excuse me, McCarthy. I said Sherman. Mike McCarthy made against the Washington football team, like that 4th and 10 fake punt in your own territory when you're only down 4 points. He should have came to the locker room with a pink slip ready for him.
Oh yeah, McCarthy should be gone.
But we all know how that's gonna play out.
He's gonna get one more season.
We know how that's gonna play out. It's one thing if you're losing because your players are hurt and you're devoid of talent. They have talent littered across the team. Now it may not be connecting at the moment, but Andy Dalton isn't a bad quarterback. He's just not a clutch quarterback. So you just don't put him in situations where he needs to be clutch. Their offensive line struggle, so you can't get the best out of Zeke. Zeke Elliott isn't a running back that's going to, carry a shoddy offensive line. He's a running back that if you give him a legit offensive line, he's too dangerous. He's going to be probably the dangerous running back in the league, as you've seen when the Cowboys had a whole starting 5 that was Pro Bowl caliber, talent on that line.
Do you think it's all line talent or is
their line number one, their line struggles. The fact that Andy Dalton doesn't stoke the same amount of fear as Dak because Dak is mobile and Dak isn't looking for the big throw. So Dak will dink and dunk it, and that helps your running game because it makes the linebackers look for that short pass. It makes the safeties look for that. So it allows those linemen that split second, to get leverage. It helps the running games. Dak helps the running game in so many different ways because of his style of play. Andy Dalton isn't necessarily that quarterback. So even though he can make some great throws, his style is different. He's going to see a different read, and the defense can play him differently. So it doesn't help Zeke Elliott, as far as running the game.
Strategically, it's not advantageous for Zeke. Has Zeke been overused by the Dallas Cowboys?
No, I think he's too young in his career to be overused. I think it's how you're using him. It comes down to what type of run plays you're calling. I don't watch them play to see if the run plays are the same as when they were having great success. So just because you're running the ball doesn't mean anything if you're not running it. I'm saying if you're not running it with quality plays, you know.
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
think all that comes into play, and I also do think Zeke isn't performing personally as well as he's done in the past, and that's
Right.
happened before. You know that happens with a lot of running backs. So I mean they have a lot of issues,
But
but
guess the
but
running back that's overperforming, Antonio Gibson. Let's talk about him.
of course. So I mean I think part of his performances lately comes from some type of consistency with the offensive line. Even though it's not a great, you don't have to have a great offensive line. You just need them to be consistent. You
Mhm.
know, and that's what you need. You need to have a game where they're not having 3 false starts and 4 holding penalties where they're choking momentum. You know,
Mhm.
you need a running back that's not going to put the ball on the ground. You know, you need those things to happen to give you a chance, and that's where they are right now. At least against a team like the Cowboys where they're struggling. Now, there's going to be people who say, "Oh, it's just the Cowboys." It doesn't matter. How many times have you heard this saying like, "Yo, you got to win the winnable games. If this is a winnable game, you win it. I don't give a damn if you win it by 1 or 100. Win the game."
As far as
Because
wait, we talking about are we talking about Antonio Gibson specifically, or are we talking about whether or
I'm
not the
talking about the
offensive
running game.
line?
I'm talking about the running game because it's not just because you don't that running game isn't just about Antonio Gibson. Jay McKissick coming in, he definitely helps balance that running game out. Peyton Barber comes in, he helps balance that running game. So the combination of the running backs they have and how they use them and where they use them is very key. As long as Antonio Gibson is getting the bulk of the carries like he is, he's getting every opportunity. They're running. They're trying. They ran a cheap version of the annexation of Puerto Rico,
Yeah, I saw that.
which Ron Rivera goofy ass incorrectly called it the fumble Rooski. Like, bro, what? Shut up, Ron. Shut up, Ron. But yeah, they ran the annexation of Puerto Rico. It was a cool little gadget play.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't want to stick. I don't want to stick on the Redskins in the NFC East,
but
but
no, Gibson looked good. Terry is now I'm saying a top all receivers in the league in
top 10.
receiving yards.
Is he top 10?
So
Is he top
he's
10?
he's the leading receiver in yards right now.
But is he top 10 like overall? What do you think? Like I know he's leading receiving. I know he's leading the receiving yards. Is he a top 10 receiver? How many teams can he start? Because Jason Reed said, "Oh, he's not a number one receiver." Just now, a couple of days ago, and Ocho Cinco had the
I don't know if I really give a fuck about what Jason Reed said.
understood that. I understand that, but I'm just saying, just to refute that.
So okay, to answer that question,
How many teams is Terry McLaurin a number one at?
90. If it's 32 teams,
Yeah.
he could be the starting run. He could be the starting wide receiver on 30, at least 30. Excuse me, at least 26 of those of the teams, at least 26.
Okay. So again, we just want to say a big
He
shut
won't
the
be-
fuck up to Jason Reed. That's what we want to do.
Absolutely. You got Julio number one. And these guys are number one. They're number ones because they're proven commodities at this point.
Right.
So the only difference is they're proven commodities over more than a 2-year span. But he
Right.
was good last year, his rookie season, and
Yeah.
now he's following it up with another good season.
Right.
So, you know, I think him and DK Metcalf and Goodwin, those 3 guys are going to usher in a new crop of elite receivers. And that's what they're doing. Their numbers say it, their performance said, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, clearly there's running there. If you ask me if I was going to take a certain wide receiver over him, I would say yes, only because again, proven commodity. But if you let me go 7th and all those guys are off, and there's Terry on the board, I'm not mad. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I got Terry. We good. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Squad up. You know, squad up. I mean, some people may not figure Diggs as a number one receiver. They didn't in Minnesota, but yet he took that same skill set to Buffalo, and they're having success, and he's a key part of the success.
Right.
So it's people when it comes to the wide receiver position, people tend to go with the flash and the popularity and all that other stuff, but the numbers are the numbers when it comes to wide receivers, man. Like, yo, look at how many drops. Those are key. Like Hopkins, who's now in Arizona. The Texans were ridiculous for letting him go. Like, I don't know what the problem is, but the dude catches the ball, he gets open, he scores, he gets yards, and he does not drop the ball. So not only does he not drop the ball, he doesn't fumble the ball once he catches it. You don't let those type of players go because you have quarterbacks who would dream of a receiver who, when I throw it your way, if it hits your hands, the old rule, yo, if you can touch it, you should catch it.
Right.
Hopkins took that to heart. I don't see Terry dropping many passes. I have to go and look at his actually drop. I mean, shot. I don't know that
he dropped a big one in Philadelphia, I think.
Well, I'm only focusing on this year right now. I don't know that I've seen him drop. I don't know that I've seen him drop a catchable ball this year.
Right. I haven't watched. I watched the first 5 games, maybe all the way through, but I haven't watched like 3 or 4.
And to another one that another response to Jason Reed is, what would make you a number 1 receiver? Does speed matter? Terry has speed. Does hands matter? He has hands. What about the route tree? I've seen Terry run slants. I've seen Terry run outs. I've seen him run post. Basically, I've seen Terry basically catch passes throughout the route tree, so he can run routes.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen him make plays once a play's broken down, so he knows how to be. You know what I'm saying, open. He knows how to get open.
He gets yards after the catch.
He definitely gets that yak. He yaks it up.
Yeah, he gets yards after the catch. He makes plays with the ball in his hands. Pause. And he has size. He's not 6'5". He's not Julio Jones, of course, but he's Pierre Garcon 6'2". Like
maybe
Terry's 6'2", 6'3". He can jump over guys. He
He
catches
has a prototypical wide receiver size.
6'3", 6'2". If I see a guy 6'4" and he can run a 4.5, maybe I bet. Calvin Johnson was a unicorn. He ran a 4.3 and he was 6'5". Like Calvin Johnsons aren't running through the door.
They produced another unicorn because DK Metcalf looked just like him, don't he?
He's a beast. And I wish they picked him like and then 3rd and then picked Terry in the 4th. That'd have been crazy. But whatever. Because I was rooting for him too because people were hating on him. Oh, he's a gym.
Yep. That was definitely the rap sheet on him. He was a gym rat. Like it's all about the gym. Like, yeah, okay. I mean, but you know what? They said the same thing about Vernon.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true. Absolutely. But I was like, yo.
How long was Vernon Vernon was in the league and productive?
15 years.
Vernon was there for a while.
Yeah.
And he was part of some good 49ers teams along the way.
Facts.
All right. So at the beginning of the pod, you sound like you wanted to talk a little bit about some comedy. Let's change subject.
Hey, let's
talk about it. Let's get into this comedy shit.
So Kevin Hart's special came out this week. And
no fucks given.
No fucks given. It's a solid effort for a guy that's not touring, a guy that's not brainstorming, probably with his team and going on 100 tour, 100-date tour or whatever, trying to, workshop his shit. It's solid. There was a couple good laughs and a couple chuckles. And shout out to Pierre and Comedy Hype for discussing this because it kind of sparked my brain about it a little bit. My problem is the response.
Shout out to Comedy Hype, by the way.
Yeah, Comedy Hype's dope. Pierre, they got Pierre and Capone.
Black owned content.
Yeah, absolutely. Go follow them, subscribe, hit the the notification button, as us on the right up. We're on YouTube too. But yeah, man, like
Subscribe.
and they went and got guys that are definitely funny but are underrated. Like Pierre is definitely underrated, and he's from here. Shout out to him.
EMV.
Capone, and they're definitely funny, but they can break down. They're smart, so they can break down things like this. But my and his opinion was on point, man. It's like, and Capone's was too. If you don't care, if it's really real life.
So dial back for a second before you give your opinion on it. Let's point out so what happened was when Kevin Hart rolled out his special, the initial reception was very negative.
Yes, poor.
And a lot of people were, taking shots at Kevin and his his comedy special. Some were famous people. Some obviously Cat Williams took a shot at him.
Of course.
And Kevin, rather than letting it roll off his back and taking the good with the bad, he decided to go on Instagram and respond in a it wasn't a malicious manner, but it wasn't a positive manner. It was very, emotional in your feelings, even though you're not in your feelings. And that's what Pierre and Capone were asked about, as far as how he took it. And you said you thought they were spot on.
Yeah, I think they were spot on. I don't remember the young lady's name, and I'm gonna be an asshole and say that. But she had some interesting commentary too. I didn't necessarily agree with her, but I also want to shout out somebody that should be next up and should have a Netflix show by now, bro. A Netflix or Comedy Central should like revive. Like they should throw some money at this dude. Ryan Davis should be on somebody's network.
You already know that's my guy. You already know that's my guy.
Man, this man should be on a network right now doing exactly the same thing he's doing right now on Instagram and Facebook. It doesn't make any sense that he's not on either one of those any platform like HBO, Netflix. Somebody give him a job, bro.
I think when it happens, it'll be perfect timing for him. But yeah, I definitely
man. All right.
I definitely want to see him connect with a style match type comedian. Like I can see him working under a Dave Chappelle or a DL Hughley at this point in his career.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's been doing social commentary for years. And I think the thing about it is when he was mainly on his videos are mainly on Facebook,
right?
Because it was like comedy in it.
Mm-hmm.
People didn't see how so his commentary was. Mm-hmm. True, his commentary was. Right. So, but now, as I'm saying, things have heightened. You're now seeing how vicious he is and how, he's very cerebral.
Right. Yeah, and I just think I just think there's room for him, and it's
absolutely
for smart comedy. It's always room for social commentary, especially if you're as being Black in America. But he brought up the point about this probably not being as workshopped and refined as some of his other stuff. But in my opinion, this is my opinion. Kevin's probably missed on the last 2 specials. Some people will say he has 7, and some people probably say his last 3 specials. I liked What Now, and I liked
Irresponsible.
Irresponsible.
Irresponsible was the 6th one. Yeah.
Yeah. But as Kevin Hart, if you saying you see 0 fucks given, bro, just who cares? You already responded to Cat Williams. How good or bad, you already responded to that man like 2 years ago. Nothing else needs to be said as far as you're concerned. Cat needs to prove what he needs to do, and he's still. I mean, Cat's still one of the funniest niggas on the planet. Still, you know what I mean. So there's nothing like y'all not gonna settle y'all differences on Instagram Live,
No.
or Instagram stories. Like
So-
that's not. It's just ridiculous to even like.
So
respond to
my take is, I think why people are responding so negatively to Kevin Hart's stand-ups, and what they said was right. Like, yo, just because they don't like your show, don't mean they don't like you.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like every DMX song. I'm still his biggest fan. I don't like every Jay-Z song. I'm still his biggest fan. You know, like, yo, Kev Hart, the people still love you. Just because
Right.
we love you don't mean we gotta like everything you do.
Right.
You know? It's like, yo, maybe you need to go. Now, it's funny you said that because Capone was suggested that he got new writers. And it's like, okay, well, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand that way of thinking if that's really not a quote unquote thing in comedy. So was he suggesting that comedians do have writers? You know what I'm saying?
I thought it was well known that Kevin's had like he's been in a he has a
But
writing.
Kevin is always, I mean, they've always said that they don't write for Kevin. They are sounding boards for him, but they don't write for him. It's
Okay.
what they've said.
Sure. I don't.
I'm just saying. Listen. Whether or
I'm
not
not
people
even
believe it or
wrong.
not, that's a different story.
Right.
But from their mouth, they've never written jokes for Kevin. They've only, you know what I'm saying, given their feedback on his material.
Right.
But
I
that's
think-
just as vital. I think that's if I'm working on jokes, I think that's just as vital. And I think that's what it is. I think what's the element that's missing from Kevin Hart is not fucking writers. It has nothing to do with it. A lot of Kevin's greatest material was before he was a big movie star, and he was actually in the trenches. So he
Right.
actually was working on material to go along with his regular dialogue. And I think as he was delivering his material, his dialogue played out. You know what I'm saying? Because we know Kevin Hart, the stand-up comedian. Like, we know his quips, we know his sayings, we know his mannerisms, and that shit is funny too. The problem is now you don't have these bits that are like they're missing, and it seems like he's expecting his personality and his normal dialogue to carry over. Like, yo, Kevin, maybe you've overexposed yourself to the point where the things that you would have done if we haven't seen it a lot, it's just not hitting the same. And that happens too.
And
It happens.
I think he's suffering from his success a little bit. Like, also, and on the other side of that, like the other side of the coin is, he's so successful with so much money, he's not relatable. Just like Pierre had a point that Pierre had brought up.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, it depends, man. It depends, because I feel like that bit he said about kids in private school, that was a good bit. I don't have any kids in private school, but I don't need to have kids in private school to find it funny. So you mean to tell me, rich people can't be funny?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Right.
Well, I
So
think
okay.
it's
Here's an example. It's all about how you use them. Like, it's about the material, regardless of the relatability. What's my guy name? Gary Owen, on his special, he tells the story of talking to his friends, his rich friends, and they're talking about private jets. One owns one and one rented one. And he walked in on them talking about it. It was like, yeah, they was talking about their private jets because they were at a wedding.
Mhm.
And they asked him, how'd you get here? He was like, oh, I got here by Delta. and that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah. He said, but and that's the thing, like, yo, I don't have rich friends that can own private jets, so that means I can't relate to him? No. But he found a way to make that bit funny. So Kevin just needs to go in and do the fucking work. Period. Take this on the chin and go do your work.
His player disconnects.
I think. Well, my what I'm saying is this. His brand of comedy. He needs to straddle a lot of fences, and at the end of the day, I think he just needs to get really real live, not give a fuck about who he offends at sometimes.
He's not gonna do that.
But I know
he does it when it comes to.
He's not gonna do that.
He can't.
He's not gonna go off brand.
Not step on no toe. This is 2020, bro.
He's not gonna do it. You know why?
Not step on toes.
He do be stepping on.
That's what I'm saying. But
he's not gonna do it.
Right?
You know why? Yeah, I hear you, Felicia. Felicia's saying he does. Listen, if Kevin steps on some toes, it's inadvertently, not on purpose, and he apologizes because Kevin is one of those type of people who wants to be liked by a lot of people.
So
he
what
wants.
He's the last two. The last little stand up he did with the calling his daughter a hoe because she dated a couple different guys, and then saying his son was stupid. I mean, yeah, it was funny, kinda, but then I feel like he got a lot of backlash, but he didn't care about that. So what's that?
And that's exactly what we're talking about right there, where it's like he's picking. You can't just focus on the negative. Like, bro, sometimes they're not gonna like you. Sometimes they're not gonna like it. So fucking what, bro?
Right.
Like, yo, if you're not doing, you're not doing
the board,
as
that's
what I'm saying.
But
as a comedian,
all across the board. He'll go on certain people. Like, he's good with going on his kids, but like he's not okay with being like that with everybody. He need to be like that with everybody. Like, you a comedian, bro. You don't have no. It's cutthroat.
That's like so what you're talking about, that's like a form of self-depreciation. Like some comedians, some people who think they're funny, it's safer to crack jokes on themselves than it is other people. And I guess his family, he sees his family as an extension of himself. So when he cracks a joke on his son or his daughter or his wife or even his ex-wife, it's more like he's cracking a joke on himself versus, you know what I'm saying, somebody else, where it's like, now I know I can't privately, you know what I'm saying, fix that if I hurt somebody's feelings type stuff.
And that's why Dave Chappelle is always going to be better than him, because he got balls. And you can't be a comedian and
I don't know if that's fair though. I don't know if that's fair. Because there are a lot of comedians that have balls that just aren't good. They got art.
Being better than Kevin Hart is fair.
Wait. No, I'm talking about. I'm talking about your assessment that because he has balls to say whatever makes him better. Because Ari Schaefer has balls to say whatever, and people hate him. He's the guy who made it.
With your comedy,
But he has people who think he's funny. And he's the guy, he's the comedian that came out and cracked jokes about Kobe Bryant, the helicopter when Kobe Bryant died. That shit wasn't funny.
But that's what
he has balls to do it.
No, your tastes have to know the difference. And that's the difference between them and him. So you can't even somebody who goes too far, who doesn't have a taste of what other people like, that's not okay. So no,
Dave Chappelle will always be funnier than Kevin Hart, and you're right.
And
because he doesn't
always
care.
Go
because there is an example of that.
But he's funny though.
Yeah, absolutely. Because Dave Chappelle,
and that's the difference between him and
Dave Chappelle is a genius
at
the end of the spectrum. There's no. Kevin Hart is a hardworking, good comedian,
and he is a genius in his own right. But you got to just understand that what I'm saying is just different. Like.
I agree. No, trust me. I get what you're saying, and I understand why you would assume. So I don't think Dave Chappelle is funnier than Kevin Hart because he has balls. He's funnier than Kevin Hart without. If you go watch, and you probably have seen it before. If you watch his first stand-up special,
Killing Me Softly.
Killing Me Softly.
What I say is, I said that wrong. Not funnier, a better comedian. A better comedian, in my opinion, because of that fact. Like, not fun. That doesn't make you funnier, because he raised a good point, and just that quick, that is true. And I don't even think that's what I meant. But I get
what you were saying. Trust me, I understand what you were saying though. But it's and that the only reason why I brought up Ari Schaefer is to show the difference. Yes. Dave Chappelle has balls to say whatever, but it's more than just that is what I'm saying. He's funnier than Kevin Hart to me, but he also has the balls to go to the deep end of the pool. Right. Whereas Kevin Hart won't.
Say to Felicia's point is like Dave has in the last 2 specials joked on transgender people.
Knowing it's a hot thing.
Yeah.
Knowing it's a
and no matter what he said, he's gonna get some people on the bad side of that. But if you actually listen and broke down those jokes, he wasn't like disparaging anybody's way of life.
Like really, right. You can tell he's not in real life against them. Like, it's
he had an opinion and like,
but he has a way of delivering it that you know that.
But he's a genius.
We know that, like, but it's I don't know. Is that not balls though?
Yeah,
is that not what?
It's balls to get up on the stage.
What proves to us that he's genius? Is that not? I don't know.
Absolutely. I need the charger. Hold on.
Oh shit, bro. I just came here to bother you.
Hold on, bro.
You good?
Yeah, I'm about to charge my phone.
Okay. So again, like so again to touch on what Felicia was saying. Yes, Dave displays more testicular fortitude in his craft because Kevin Hart is too concerned with staying middle of the road, and it's a lot of comedians that'll stay middle of the road because the difference between Kevin Hart and Dave Chappelle is Dave Chappelle isn't a movie star. Mm-hmm. Kevin is more of a movie star now than he is a stand-up comedian. Mm-hmm. And also I feel like maybe he didn't need to put this special out right now. Like you could do your specials, but he had gotten so used to making these specials that it's like he feel like he's obligated. Maybe the obligation is to himself. Maybe he has a contract where he has to put them out, but
his wife.
But he didn't necessarily need to do it. Not now. Like not just yet. Like work on your material. Work like they were saying on Comedy Hype. Work your bits a little more. Fine tune them a little more to the point where every time you crack them jokes, you know you breaking ribs. Like when he was on his here's another thing. This is the problem I have. I want to say this part. I don't like the fact that people who have been hating on Kevin Hart from the beginning use his last 2 specials as like the "see I told you so's." Like hell no, because his first 4 specials are legendary. Right. The only difference now is he's not giving you things that's going to be in the lexicon right now. But like I've said before, a lot of the stuff that he says is in people's regular dialogue now. Like he had everybody saying, all right. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Nigga, help me help you. You know what I'm saying? Long dick.
Yeah, bro, like that was the real.
You know what I'm saying? Say it with your chest.
You can tell where that was coming from. Like a whole different person almost. Like he
maybe it is writers. Maybe like, he's leaning on writers too much. Not
writers. That's not what I. That's
no, I just. Well, we were talking about earlier.
So displaced from the community. Like if you're more newly, then you got to get all that out. So you're gonna be so funny. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, if you get yourself away from all of that, you don't have no more material because that's what you was using as your material. But now you're not living that life. You're away from everything that was giving you something to talk about.
It happens. Yeah,
your
absolutely.
Kid, your community, everything.
I completely agree.
Mm-hmm.
What's there to talk about? Nico, what's the girl name? In LA, what you gonna make jokes about? Like everybody can make jokes about that, brother. You was talking about.
I think he should really get into his real life. And because did he talk about the car crash? He hasn't talked about the car crash. But like it's real life shit that he could be talking about. He could be talking about him getting sued.
Jokes about that.
No, he can't. Nigga, Richard Pryor made jokes about setting himself on fire.
Sorry, I'm not about to.
And smoking crack. Like you can make jokes. It can happen. Like people can do.
If you over it, yeah, you're right.
But he can make a joke. If he can make light of cheating on his wife, he can make light of getting in a car accident.
That didn't hurt him. That didn't hurt him. He was making light of somebody else's pain that he caused. That wasn't his pain, and I don't believe. No, if he make light of his wife cheat on him, that's when you can have me in this. Let the wife cheat and let him make jokes of that, and he got me.
Shit.
You know? Yeah, okay.
I don't see that happening.
You see his face change? Yeah, he's a whole different.
Shit, I don't see that happening. Now I'm talking about on her part. Like,
it's not about that. It's about the fact that
ain't too many Kevin Harts out there to cheat on him with. So who you gonna cheat on him with?
Who's she gonna cheat on him?
Yeah, who's she gonna cheat on him with?
Oh, it be so many thirsty
Michael B.
celebrities.
Jordan.
I'm sorry.
Not with Kevin Hart's bag.
They be wait. She not that far off from
rapper.
Lori Harvey. All she gotta do is post one thirst trap.
Yeah, but she won't be getting no Kevin Hart bags.
And that's the thing. She not going to because she's scared and she under his bags. But that's fine. But I mean, I feel you. But at the end of the day, you never know what'll happen if they have these babies and just she gets confidence. You know, it happens. It happens when they have the babies.
Yeah, of course. I mean, look at Dr. Dre's wife.
Right.
Lots of confidence.
Sometimes it takes a little something,
so confident she thinks she deserves half.
Hello.
Like I tell you what, this revolver take 12 bullets. I'll put 6 in.
See?
You still want half? That's what I say. You still want half?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can give you the whole thing if you want it.
Yeah.
I can put 12 in there.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
We call this Brazilian roulette.
Yeah.
Fuck Russian. We're gonna call this Brazilian roulette.
You gonna take the whole thing off. I just wanted to talk about that because we haven't talked about comedy in a minute. Shout out. I don't know where Cat is. Hopefully, you know what I mean. He's building.
And he's sitting in the dark in his living room. Cat Williams is too brilliant of a comedian to be so goddamn negative, bro. Like, yo, just put your content out and give your fans something to laugh at, bro. Like he dropped that little 6 minute, you know what I'm saying, 6 minute show.
The Supreme.
And it was perfect. That was perfect, man. Like, yo, get in your bag, bro. Don't worry about Kevin Hart, bro. Why are you focusing on Kevin Hart?
We also acknowledge the fact that like Cat never had his time. Like
he
was so good. I mean, no,
he did.
He did. Not like Kevin
Hart.
Because
that's on Cat Williams.
Because Cat Williams didn't suck nobody's dick, but at the same time,
he didn't. He was still just as funny.
There's a thin line between slurping niggas and trying to deliberately shitting on just going out your way to shit on the whole establishment.
That's what he did?
And I think that's what Cat Williams ended up doing.
I don't know enough.
And so he had the spot Kevin Hart's in. He had that number one Negro spot.
Yeah, he
for a short period of time. He was at that cliff. And he fell off of it.
In the stand-up realm, yes.
The first Pimp Chronicles. Whenever that was, when he was talking about the Tiger, that after that special, and he was doing he had After Friday After Next, and then he had Wildin' Out. He was doing and then he had I'm trying to remember the movie that a couple of joints that they had him.
He was never starring in a movie though. He never got a starring role in a movie though.
Right. It wasn't the same. I can't say that. I will say that maybe he could have had.
I got a sports update real quick. Sports update. Nate Robinson got his ass beat. I just got to update. Nate Robinson went out sad. That's what I just got on my sports ticker. I don't know what sad looks like in an exhibition boxing match with an amateur. But he went out sad.
And he's an amateur himself, so I don't know, man. I think it was a bad idea. So hopefully he didn't really get knocked the fuck out. But
so if Nate Robinson just lost, that means the Tyson Jones fight is up next.
Right.
So since You saw my video from earlier, right?
Yeah.
About Young Thug going on T.I.'s podcast expeditiously, and
Right.
T.I. was suggesting that he work with Andre 3000, and in response, Young Thug was dismissive, and in my opinion, he was disrespectful to to Outkast and what they meant to the area that to hip hop period. Not just Atlanta, but hip hop period, and saying, "Oh, I don't know two Andre 3000 songs."
So before you get to your point,
Go ahead.
about your general point, I think the Young Thug and Andre thing is personal, and that's why he said that, because there's several pictures and videos, not just the one I posted in the group chat, that we know that Young Thug knows who Andre 3000 is. And we know, I mean, it's not like a regional thing. It's not like Uzi Vert saying that he doesn't know who the Tribe Called Quest is or whatever. It's they're both, it's an Atlanta thing. And I think it might have been something where maybe Andre didn't want to do a song, and the hits can't reach out, and now it's kind of a little bit of hard feelings or whatever.
So
but I think that was
did you watch the video? Did you watch the clip of them talking about Andre 3000?
I watched it was like a 3 second. I saw the little quick question and a quick answer. I didn't.
So when he brought it up, and he said that he didn't know two Andre 3000 songs.
Mm-hmm.
He then said he had I guess he either has a song or is on it, about to have a song with Elton John. And he said Elton John kissed ass. And you know what I'm saying, Andre 3000 wanted his ass kissed. And I ain't about to kiss nobody's ass. And I'm like, number one, that was weird. But you could have but he was basically saying that Elton John reached out for him, like, yo, man, I'm trying to work with you. And I guess when he tried to work with Andre 3000, based on what you're saying, it sounds like you might be right, because it made it sound like he did try to reach out, and I guess he felt like he was big enough of a star that he shouldn't go through certain channels to get to Andre 3000, because I guess he didn't feel like he needed to call somebody or anything like that.
So Jeffrey, I'm disrespectful. Jeffrey, bro, if you need to get to 3000, man, you just need to go to New York. He's got his flute running around Manhattan right now.
Is that Young Thug's name, Jeffrey?
Jeffrey, yeah. His album's name Jeffrey. I mean,
oh, okay. I don't know two Young Thug songs. I can't sing you two Young Thug songs.
I know Wyclef Jean is on my playlist, bro. I'll listen to that any day of the week.
I'm lying.
Right.
I know some Young Thug songs. I'm not a big Young Thug fan, but I wouldn't disrespect his catalog by saying I don't know two Young Thug songs.
Young Thug is a dope artist. I thought he was too far influenced by Lil Wayne, but I think he's come out of that, and he's done his own thing so far. I mean, it's been years now since that comparison came out. So to me, that I have had that. So it's my opinion on him has changed a lot. But I think this is personal, bro. But to your general point, you go ahead and go with your general point.
I mean, well, I'm not going to do too much rehashing on what I said earlier, other than the fact that, like, I'm saying, as it unfolds, there's clips of them, I'm saying, embracing each other and showing that they know each other. So, like, I feel like it's a very polarizing clip to just have the statement, I don't know two songs. It's like, okay, people like, well, maybe he too young to know Outkast music, and I was, funny thing, I was having a conversation where I'm part of a text thread right now with some guys, and they're like, oh, I guess who's from the hood, then maybe you don't know Outkast songs. And I'm like, well, that's fucking stupid. Like I'm not saying you need to fucking be bumping Rosa Parks, but you're not going to tell me that at 8 years old or at 6 years old or at 5, like, yo, when you're 3 and 4 and 5, you listen to whatever the fuck people are playing on the fucking radio. Rosa Parks, he may not have been born when Rosa Parks came out, but I'm pretty sure it was playing. I'm pretty sure he's heard, especially in Atlanta, I'm pretty sure he's heard plenty of Outkast music throughout his youth. You wasn't born in a fucking trap house. You wasn't pitching crack, you know what I'm saying, in your diaper. You know what I'm saying? So don't come out like you the hardest, you know what I'm saying, most thorough motherfucker ever. And there's people who vouching for him like, yo, bro, you on Facebook talking about it. So don't tell me you in the trap all day, every day. Nigga, why your cell phone on right now? Shut up. Incriminating themselves ass niggas, man. Bro, shut the fuck up. Don't talk about how you got the guns and this and that, so you wasn't listening to Outkast. Nigga, Outkast make music for the hustlers, just like they make music for the women. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? Like,
yeah, that's ridiculous.
Listen to Big Boy and see what he's talking about.
That's ridiculous.
Exactly. So it's like it's weird. So it's like you said, it's more than just that statement, and it's like it goes to what I was saying about the lack of accountability in hip hop. Like, yo, these guys can have a fan base, still support them, and don't hold them accountable to knowing their history, man. No, like, yo, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, yo, a guy could come out with will come out with a style today that's basic. It can really happen right now. A kid can come out with LL Cool J's style, probably can even steal his lyrics, and this new generation wouldn't even know that he's spitting LL Cool J's lyrics because they don't even bother to, like, yo, his sound sounds familiar. You know what I'm saying? But then the second somebody's like, yo, that's LL Cool J. Oh, well, he do it better, or the beat different. I'm like, yo, you know what? I would actually love it to hear somebody bring out to redo somebody's song. But in hip hop, yo, it's like it's so ass backwards. Like, you want love and you want appreciation, but if somebody was to do that, it'd be like, damn, you biting this whole style, da 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 da. Because that was the essence of hip hop, is people biting your style and all that stuff, right? But one of the ways you keep R&B alive and rock and roll alive is renditions.
Well, I think in 2020 that's starting to change. Like, especially with a lot of these female rappers that's redoing classic joints. Megan's done it, Sweetie's done it, City Girls have done it, and I would love to hear Rock the Bells from something like that, from like a Megan Thee Stallion or something like that. Right? I think that'd be dope, and have it like chop it to where it, you can get that, bounce on it. That'd be dope. But I think that's coming back around, where people are coming around to where it's like not biting, it's homage. It's like it's honored, in the honor to whoever he did it first.
Man, you know what was dope? The Bruno Mars and Cardi B record. You know what I'm saying? That was an homage to the earlier ages of hip hop. I thought that was a really dope. The video concept, everything about it was real dope, and that song was a successful record.
Mm-hmm.
I like that song.
Yeah, no, I think people are starting to. It's gotten old enough for you to be able to not be like stigmatized for not doing something quote unquote original and redoing somebody else's song, because you've seen it here and there, but it's not the same as it is now. But to your general point, man, I do agree with you. But the problem is no accountability in hip hop. Yeah, that's true. The problem is not the youngins. The problem is the guys even older than us talking about, well, they don't know. So yeah, like, bruh, either don't, if they don't know, teach them. Like, If they don't know, then they probably shouldn't even making music full time. Like it gets to a point it's so ridiculous on its face. Like Uzi Vert said he didn't know. Oh, I don't know who said he didn't know Biggie or Pac. Who cares? Like, how do you not know who came before you on a superficial level, to know the name, to know the biggest hits? You don't know Juicy, you don't know More Money, More Problems. You're gonna
That's weirdo shit to me, bro. I'm sorry. That's weird.
So you haven't been out. So you're not even outside. Now you never even heard of old
weirdo
set
shit
at the club. Like, there's no excuses, bro. If you don't know your craft, then you should not be doing your craft. And some of y'all, that's the reason some of y'all falling off and don't be having no you know what I mean, stay in power no way. Not to say Uzi Vert's still around, so of course somebody probably schooled him. He has people that do know. He's got people that do know in his studio. Young Thug probably has people that do know in his studio. You know what I mean? Yeah, not to say that. I think that was all capped. I don't know too. That was capped. But anyway, I've heard other guys say the similar shit, but
it's like
the guys, people can't be scared to feel like or be about being stigmatized with the label. Oh, he's the old hating. You know what I mean? That hater. The worst thing Puff did was call people play haters, bro. Because I'm dead ass. Like, everybody's scared to be called a hater. Facts. And it's I love it. Anyway. Like, and you missing out. Like, at the end of the day, you missing out on 30 years worth of hip hop. Like, what is wrong with you?
And that's Biggie, by the way. Biggie did that.
Yeah, big. Shout out Life After Death. If you don't know what it is, go pick it up. 1997. It's been remastered. Listen to the songs. Like, that doesn't hurt nobody. To get better, you can listen to some things that don't. Like, come on, man. They don't make no daggone sense. It don't. Like, I can listen. If I can listen to Gunna can listen to Run DMC. Like, let's
rock this way, yo. Like, yo, rock this. The energy behind these records, like the feel, the authenticity.
And you can get inspired by it.
The texture behind these records, man. It's like, yeah, man.
What's wrong with getting inspired by that? There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? So I don't understand that mindset. But
we had been doing like we did some pre-production prior to setting up this episode, and I had a list of things that I wanted to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like when we did pre-production earlier today and we ran off the list of things we wanted to talk about, I felt like there was something big that I was missing off that list.
Okay.
And it just came to me what was missing off the list.
What's that?
Even though we had already mentioned his name, Dave Chappelle.
Oh yeah, he did. Okay. So let's bump John Wall. We can do that later in the week or something like that.
Why? We don't got to bump John Wall. We can. You can talk John Wall now, and then we can talk Chappelle afterwards.
I just had the verdict is closing in on Tommy Shepard. That's all I gotta say.
Okay.
I mean, if your star for whatever reason was in the rumor mill with Shams. Shams' word is about as good as Adrian Wojnarowski, Woj, what you want to call it, whoever you want to call him, the foremost leading NBA writer with the rumors and the news, the facts that come out.
Woj didn't break it though. Woj breaks facts, bro.
Woj won and Shams too. Shams has beat him and on a few things. So let's keep it all the way 100.
Well, he missed on this.
Shams came out with said it that John Wall wanted to trade, and then Chris Miller, we all know who Chris Miller is, said where there's smoke, there's fire. Directly after that tweet that Shams put out. Then Ava Wallace, who's a beat writer on or the NBA writer for the Post, the Washington Post, said I can confirm that John Wall asked for a trade. The reasons for why
how can she confirm it?
A source familiar with John Wall, so I would think.
Fuck us. Don't say you
or John Wall himself. I would believe that John Wall may have heard Tommy Shepard say he's building around Bradley Beal, and then have disparaging words about the video that came out about with the gang signs in that same interview, and be blindsided by it, and then get the trade rumor to come out with the Russell Westbrook stuff, and feel like, okay, so y'all want to move me, so go ahead and move me.
But don't call that asking for a trade.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And this is what I think has happened. I do think I think what you said is very likely. I do feel like some of the decisions that they've made, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I love Brad. And I do think right now Brad is his ascension is going up right now, where John's is at the very least, you know what I'm saying, plateaued at the moment. I don't know what John is going to look like when he gets back on the court.
Right.
I know that Brad's going to be, you know what I'm saying, damn near 30 points a game again this year if all goes well.
Right.
I understand that aspect, but John Wall is still your franchise player contractually for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And like, so even if you are building a team around Brad, you can build it around both of them. I don't understand the necessity. So if John Wall is traded and this thing is blowing up, if they don't have like immediate success and sustained success,
Brad's gonna want to go in.
I blame that on Shepard, and I won't be surprised if Brad leaves too, because Brad is not going to want to take. He's not going to want to own responsibility for something that he ain't had nothing to do with.
Right.
And I think like there was one notion that John Wall felt some type of way about them bringing in Lopez, while he's mentioned several times about Boogie Cousins, and then Boogie Cousins ended up in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's not made. I'm not saying specifically about Cousins. It's about the voice.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the voice. When Dennis Rodman, as crazy as he was, landing in Chicago, they talked to Mike. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Mike, we think about this. And Mike was like, yo, can he get rebounds? Cool. Bring his ass in. Just to run by. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, John Wall deserves that. I don't like, regardless of what he's done on the court, what he's done in the community, what he's done for the franchise in general, he deserves that respect. So if Tommy Shepard felt like he don't need to give him that respect, then Tommy Shepard is the problem. Period. Tommy Shepard is the problem if that's the case.
I mean,
what are you trying to do? Like, what is your motive?
Here's where I feel. This is what I feel. I think Tommy stepped out of bounds. I feel like y'all have given us this year of anticipation to put John and Bill back together, at least for this one season, so Bill can figure out if he wants to stay here. I think you advertised this for a whole year and a half. And now you've kind of sabotaged the locker room fit. Like and that was all front office. You didn't have to do any, you didn't have to say nothing.
Tommy Shepard is such a fucking idiot.
If you're all about Bill, blah blah, Bill's the guy, who cares? Nobody cares at this point. You need John Wall on the court. You know why you need John Wall on the court? First of all, he's the best player you can get right now, hurt or not hurt. Secondly, is you need to build. If you wanted to trade him, you can't without giving up a first or 3. So what are you doing?
So he's unmovable without ruining your team.
Right. So if you're gonna blow it up, you can't even blow it up correctly. You're just sabotaging yourself.
You know what makes it even worse? You know what makes it even worse? It's the way Tommy's handling this. If my assumptions are correct as to how this got to where it was, it's like, yo, this, and it goes back to what I've said before. I think Tommy just didn't handle the way the media don't want certain teams to be good. They want certain teams to be better, and they see players and they say, yo, how can we cook up some dissension? So to the point where it's like now you got people like Bill Simmons acting like he has sources saying, "Oh, it's Brad."
You just read David Aldridge's article and just ran with it. That's what Bill Simmons.
Brad is behind this, and nah, bro, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. And Tommy, you need to get your shit together, because here's the thing: you got Bill and Wall, right? They have had some success together. Matter of fact, that duo has had more success than what duo got put together last year in the backcourt?
George and Kawhi. Oh, no, not backcourt.
Even that one. No, you can go with that one too. Paul George and Kawhi. That's a great duo, right?
Yeah.
Did they have they had more success than Wall and Bill?
Would they get to the semifinals?
They did semis, and they lost a game 7. The difference is they was up 3-1 and choked. They lost at the 7th game. John Wall and Brad Bill has done that. You look at James Harden and Russell Westbrook. On paper, you ask them, hey, what's the better duo? Who would you want to lead your team? People can say, oh, James Harden, Russell Westbrook. Did they have more success than John and Brad?
No.
So if you got guys like, yo, you got a formula to contend, you just need to figure out the other shit. Don't worry about your point guard and your shooting guard. They legit. Worry about your draft picks. You better be hoping that Rui wasn't a mistake. You better hope that Denny comes out and shows improves. That's what you need to hope on. Don't fuck up with John and Brad. They stacked, cuz. You know what I'm saying?
I just
Troy Brown is still on the roster, right? But right. Oubre is gone. Bro, you better make sure Troy Brown continues to develop. You better make sure if you hit longer than a year and we don't go to the playoffs, that there needs to be Scott Brooks isn't still here. Like, you got other things you need to be worried about than just telling the media who the fuck you're centering the team around. Goofy.
Yeah, it's just, I think Tommy just really did himself a disservice, and it goes to show who's really behind the failure of this franchise for the last 10 years, and his name is Theodore Leonsis. Unfortunately, he has me blocked, or I already told him that already again for the like.
Damn, you got blocked by Ted Leonsis, bro?
Yep.
How the fuck you get blocked by Ted Leonsis?
Because I told him his team is trash, and he's trash for having a team that's trash. That he waited 15 years to fire somebody that was trash after we all knew it was trash after year 8. So, you know what I mean?
8, that's generous.
Yeah.
He blocked you for that?
Yeah.
Did you use profanity?
No, I might have cussed him.
Did you call him out of his name?
Nah, I don't call. I just tell you you're shitty. You're a shitty fucking owner, and you need to apologize for being a shitty owner.
You have a tendency to get blocked, Brian.
Yeah.
At some point, you gotta look in the mirror, Brian.
Exactly. That's what I be saying to him, because I be blocking him too. Different.
I just tell the truth, and they can't handle it. Jason Reed has me blocked too. We follow him on the Right Up account, so I can see his shitty.
Why did Jason Reed block you?
Because he has an article talking about John Wall's tattoos. When he started getting arm tattoos, and he said that was a failure of his leadership. He connected it to the leadership. And Mark
don't LeBron got tattoos?
Fam.
Don't Kobe got arm tattoos or had arm tattoos?
There was a little run. There's a little trend in the league where guys would get tattoos underneath, like where the jersey would not show, right? on the legs. Like KD was doing that, and there's a couple of guys. And John Wall, I guess when he first got in the league, said that he probably wouldn't get any tattoos on his arms, and eventually he started getting tattoos on his arms. Whatever, you know what I mean? He was an 18-year-old, 19-year-old kid when he said that, and now he's not. He was 24 or 25. So I said that article sucked, and that you know the title, the headline sucked. That's all good.
Who else blocked? I now I want to know. I'm curious about. Now you need. Now I think now that needs to be your thing. Now you need to start adding people to you. They blocked me list.
I don't know. I don't know how many. Like I check. I don't check, but I see. Oh, not available. Tweet not available, and I'd be like, dang, what happened to him? There's people I don't know that have blocked me, so I don't know.
Shit.
Like LeVar Arrington blocked me.
Fuck LeVar Arrington.
Yeah. I thought.
What's up with his hair, yo?
I don't know. I haven't watched him in a minute.
Man, have you seen his hair?
Nah, I don't.
Man, this shit look weird as fuck.
He was on the radio. I guess his show comes on Sundays, and the show is like he doesn't say anything. He says a lot and doesn't say anything. And I don't want to disrespect no black man on. I already did just Jason Reed, I guess, but he's just not. I don't know why he got where he is. Like as far as media personality, I don't understand it. Like he says nothing.
Can I just say something about him while you don't?
What's that?
My uncle named his son Dwayne after LeVar Arrington, Dwayne Arrington Lewis. So I hope that you're not like. Was he a good football?
Yikes!
He played good football.
Okay.
He had a good couple of years.
Personality. I think he. Okay.
Yeah.
He might have had like my uncle's position.
Oh, okay. He's a linebacker. He was a good linebacker in college, and they probably was around the same time. Yeah. But no, I'm not going to disrespect him as a football player. I'm saying he shouldn't be behind a mic. Period. You know what I mean? But
I mean, there's worse though. There are worse.
There's far worse. There's far worse. I think Andrew Blatch blocked me.
You stayed on his case, bro.
Because he was trash.
Yeah, that's what it was. I know.
And we saw him in Josephine's that night. I was like, yeah, this team ain't never gonna be good, bro. This team is gonna be trash forever.
Andre Blatch pulled your joint. You see your fellas.
That's the funny part. That was the joint he was on. Neither he nor
he pulled your joint.
This basketball player was in Josephine's this one night, and he was trying to pull this joint that T was messing with. Nah, I didn't. That wasn't me.
He didn't pull her though, so.
So he knew girls before he met me.
This years ago.
Yeah, he knew girls, but then he met a girl who wanted to be a woman, and then he helped you become a woman.
Okay. Yeah, I was
you're welcome.
Bye. He's welcome.
Oh God, in trouble.
Oh my goodness, yo.
Oh, let's get back to Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
That's all I had about Joe. We'll see what happens in this beginning.
All right, so we get into the second half of the show. We got Dave Chappelle to talk about. It's Dave Chappelle dropped a nearly 20-minute special, so to speak. Like at this point, I don't know what we would call them. Like, do we call them specials? Do we call them PSAs?
Yeah, it's a special service
shows. Yeah, what do we call them?
It's like
and it was called Unforgiven.
And
it's basically him talking about his comeuppance and how he got to, having a deal with Comedy Central for the Chappelle Show and the exit and the years that followed and his reemergence, and to the point where he's on Netflix and he hears that Netflix has now started streaming the Chappelle Show, and he was like, "What? What the fuck?" And not only was Netflix streaming the Chappelle Show, that HBO was, and he tells the story of how he pitched the Chappelle Show to HBO before he did Comedy Central, and they asked him, "What do we need you for?" And then fast forward to now, they're streaming his show that he doesn't get any money for. So he basically told that story and said he told that he didn't go to, he said he didn't go to Netflix and ask them or demand them to take show down. He basically let the world know how he felt about Netflix streaming it. And even though legally it wasn't like they were in the wrong, morally they did the right thing and they took it down. And he went down and said, "Yo, if you fuck with me, if you rock with me, if you was ever a fan, if I ever made you laugh, yo, don't stream that show until they pay me." And I thought that was the most dopest shit, one of the most dopest things I've ever seen in my fucking life. I've watched it like 3 times. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the thing about it is I didn't know what I was about to watch, because I watched his monologue on Saturday Night Live like a week before, and I thought it was just going to be a continuation of that. And he was doping. Like every time he touches a mic, he's very eye-opening, man. Like he peels back a layer that you didn't know was there every time he talks to you. That's crazy. Hmm? I like intelligent comedians. I like the goofy ones. I like the dick joke ones. I like the fart joke ones. I like the my family vacation ones. I like it all. I'm very versatile in my palette for stand-up comedy. But man, I like my smart, you know what I'm saying, I learned something from you comedians. So I can always watch a Dave Chappelle. I can watch the older comedians because they have a sense of duty, so to speak, to when they speaking to people. So that means like I like the TK Kirklands and even Bodacious, you know, guys who feel like they're teaching somebody that's coming after them every time they talk to him. Mm-hmm. Dave is like the grand master of it. And that's one of the reasons why we talked earlier about Ryan Davis, because Ryan Davis is coming into he's in that vein. Mm-hmm. But when he talks, it's like, damn, fuck Netflix. And it got me to thinking, because I remember a couple years ago when Dave was asked about Key and Peele, and he didn't speak very highly of them. And I feel like the negative energy that he had towards Key and Peele was misdirected. Mm-hmm. Because they had their show on Comedy Central. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I wonder how much that played into it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the fact that their style of comedy is very similar to his. Not as edgy, but edgy for white, you know what I'm saying, for mainstream white, you know what I'm saying, homes. Mm-hmm. You know, they push the line of normal comedy. Mm-hmm. Not as far as Dave did, but they went places, and they're fucking geniuses. Key and Peele they're geniuses, and it was disappointing to hear, you know, Dave Chappelle speak on them negatively. You know? Mm-hmm.
I like Key and Peele. There's a lot of Key and Peele I like. There's some that I just missed, but
I would hope that relationship, if there ever could be one, would be reconciled, and I hope that they aren't in a similar situation where they are being screwed by Comedy Central.
I hope
because that's black content too.
Right.
And you know what? I think the young lady that you were referring to from Comedy Hype, he put her. He got Dave Chappelle got her. I mean, Kevin Hart got her on something where she's getting. I guess she got credit on something, so she's getting checks from Comedy Central now or something like that. So that's what it was. But
so she has a vested interest in not speaking any ill on
yeah,
Homeboy.
yeah.
That's
okay.
Yeah,
that's okay.
I mean, it didn't sound like she was speaking any, like she was like lying or something. Like, I mean, I didn't feel like she was coming off like that, but I just didn't agree with her. How she went about the topic. I didn't take any disingenuousness from her. But but no, Dave. I don't know what? Oh man, we're talking about Dave Chappelle. Oh no, we're talking about Key and Peele. No, I did want to touch on Key and Peele. Like, there's a lot of Key and Peele that I like, and I'm hoping they also didn't. This was like their second deal, so kind of like they were on Mad TV before, so hopefully they learned how to not get the whole deal and through Mad TV. And dang, there's Nate Robinson.
Yo.
Oh man. How do you let Jake Paul smack you like that?
Let me see if I know how to do it. I'm gonna see if I can do this, man. I want to be able to. Man, I wish I knew how to do this. Oh, matter of fact, I know what I'm gonna try to do this right quick.
How do you let Jake Paul put you on your stomach like that? Nate Robinson, come on, brother. Somebody got it. Somebody's got to avenge that one.
Damn, son. He put him flat out, son. That looked like Manny Pacquiao when Marquez knocked him out. You remember that one?
The Pacquiao joint?
Yeah, when Marquez slapped him.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, son. Damn, son. He did you dirty, kid.
Yeah, Nate. I don't know what he was thinking about, but Nate Robinson is a basketball player, just got beat up by a YouTuber.
A YouTuber?
Yep, Jake Paul.
Okay.
This white boy.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. You can't. That's sad.
The days are different.
Yeah, that's terrible. Oh well. Oh well.
Said YouTubers can't fight.
I just wouldn't want to get beat up by a YouTuber that looks like him. That's all I'm saying. Not even just a white dude, just the him, just like him.
I'm not hip.
It was bad.
Yeah, Jake Paul is just a goofy kid.
Oh.
That boy slid his shit. he slid his shit, yo.
Whoops.
All right, so last topic of the day that I want to talk about. Last topic, and we out of here. We're gonna make this one short and sweet.
You got it.
Episode 5 of The Mandalorian.
Oh man.
Brian, do not tell me you didn't watch it yet.
I know, I watched it.
Oh, okay. I was worried for so that sounded like oh man, I forgot type of.
No. It was great. It was great. Especially if you like watch Star Wars and you watch like Rebels and Clone Wars and you knew who Ahsoka Tano was.
Ahsoka Tano.
Right. It's like, well, if you didn't, then it'd be your first shot of as far as the show goes of lightsabers in the show. So you probably like enjoy that, but if you know who Ahsoka is, you'd be like, holy shit, they got the white sabers, they got, you know what I mean, the white dual sabers. She crushing Bama's, like, man. And then we got Baby Yoda's name. That was dope. It's not a stupid name. It's cool. It's not cool. I mean, whatever. Shoot, and then yeah, man, no, it was just a dope episode, and it was perfect. it was perfect. And then we heard Thrawn. That was the other thing. Yeah, we're gonna get Thrawn at some point. That was the other dope thing. It's a lot got set up. And we don't even know how to this season. What is this season? What is this season building up to? Like, we don't really know that. Like,
this was in my opinion the best episode by far.
Yeah.
I think the episode when they were in the gunfight on Mandalore, I think they were on Mandalore.
Are you talking about
in season 1, when he was getting Baby Yoda out of the clutches. That was a good one. But
that Navarro, the other player.
Yeah, but Ahsoka Tano, hey, I was like, yo, bet that. And then now he has that staff now. He about to be even more colder too.
Yeah, nah, he's gonna be.
And just to think he was gonna turn it down because he didn't earn it, bro. You tripping? This yours, bro. Take that joint, bro.
Yeah, she earned it, so she's giving it to you. Like, let that be that. Nah, man, this jump. I mean, this was
Grogu.
This was probably like the best live action saber fighting. That 1-on-1, and I can't even tell you, like the I guess Maul versus Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon and Phantom Menace.
Come on, bro. Why? Come on. You ain't like Kylo Ren with the sword joint?
Oh, my bad. Oh, no. Wait. That was the last Jedi, in not Last Jedi. Yeah, in the Last Jedi. Rey and Kylo versus all the Snoke when in the Snoke spout.
One man had the sword joint. I'm like, yo. Yeah. Hey, nah, but if you watch the Rebels, what's the one that's like, I forgot the what's his name? The senator. I can't remember his damn name. But the Rebels, the ones on there, man, they got some mean saber fight. But you did say live action wise, yes. But on the Rebels, they get it in on the Rebels joint.
Yes, because they had the Inquisitors, they had Homeboy. Yeah.
Inquisitor, that's what I was talking about. The Inquisitor is cold.
Yeah, the early, especially the first one, the first one that came out after them, he was vicious. But I'm happy, man. That was that was a good episode. Again, it keeps topping itself. Like, I don't know if people are still watching. But
they're watching. They're watching.
It's dope. It's dope.
They're watching.
Yeah. Shout out to them.
So I'm about to we got to wrap this one up. You got something before we get out of here? We want to go and watch this. I want to catch this Tyson fight. And then I'm gonna go IG live after the fight.
Watch the 100. I keep saying that.
Absolutely.
Me and Felicia just finished this.
You'll be able to stream it because the show is over. So you'll be able to stream all the shows.
You can binge all seven seasons.
Hey.
And I like how they finished up.
Yeah.
I like how they finished up. It was. Yeah, I don't want to say too much, but it was dope. The season it redeemed itself from the season before, because the season before was kind of confusing.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think that was all trying to
have to set it up. Had to set it up.
Yeah. Where are you? And where are you on the show?
We're done.
Oh, you okay? Y'all binged them all.
We had started at 5, and then we had to wait for season 6 and 7.
You started at 5?
Yeah, well, we started from 1 to 5. 1 to 5 was already on Netflix, so we finished.
Oh, okay, got you.
6 and 7. So, and then one of the episodes in 7 is a backdoor pilot for like a prequel where you see the main woman that made all the what's some joints called, the flame and all that. So they're gonna bring it back, but it's not gonna be the same because we got kind of attached to the first the kids from the first season. So yeah, no, it's a dope show.
It's good. It's worth it.
It's worth the it's worth it. Yeah, definitely. Animaniacs is back. I haven't watched it yet. I do want to catch it. Animaniacs. Shut up. You too for that.
No lies. What? We used to watch that. Get out of here.
Animaniacs. I want to get they on Hulu. I want to check it out. I've been waiting to get us at the same. We need to finish 100 so we can watch something else. So that's why I want to watch that. And then yeah, man, Mando, bro, it's dope. It's dope shit.
Did you happen to notice who was playing Ahsoka Tano?
It's Rosario.
that's my baby, man. I love me some Rosario Dawson, man.
Yeah, Rosario Dawson, man.
Yeah, man.
They was trying to have her do it like that. Fans were trying to say she should do it for years now. Years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad.
The Bo-Katan, the Mandalorian that was on the 3rd episode with the red hair.
Mm-hmm.
She's in Rebels, and she's in Clone Wars too. That's her. The voice actor is actually her. They got but they didn't do that for the Ahsoka. So, but yeah, man, yeah, Rosario did her thing.
You got something for the people before we get out of here?
I think that's it. I think we good. Live life, man. We out here, man. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's almost 2021. You know, it's yeah, man. Take the vaccine, son. Wait and see. Wait and see you too. You might turn into zombies out here, bro.
Hey, listen.
I want to batch.
I want to issue everybody, any and everybody, to challenge the next person to go listen to some music of somebody who you've never listened to before.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to go take an artist that you may have heard from the 70s or the 80s. And yeah, you may have known, you can hear of them, but don't count the radio hit. I want you to go listen to some of the music from one of their albums that's not on the radio. You know, I'm not saying go be a fan of this, but go listen to the music. You know, go watch a movie of an actor, you know what I'm saying, besides this. Like, I want you to go deeper than what the surface is, because especially in hip hop, it's hurting the overall hip hop family that no one is doing the homework. They don't have the care. And I say it like this. I don't know if y'all saw this picture on Facebook that was circulating asking who had the best fade. And they had Big Daddy Kane and had Kid. They had Bobby Brown. And one of the pictures was these two dudes, and it was a bottom right picture. It was these two dudes. And I was like, well, clearly everybody was going to say Kid, because Kid had the most classic high top fade. But I was like, yo, I don't even know who those two dudes in the bottom right hand corner are. And one person said that you don't know who they are. Their names is apparently they were a rap group from like the late 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a hit record called "Do the James Brown."
I've heard that song before.
I heard the song, but I never knew who it was. I wouldn't be able to know who it was if I didn't have the spirit to go listen to some shit that I don't know about, because somebody said, yo, you should check it out. Okay. Let me check it out. Oh shit, I like this. I can see myself listening to some more of their shit. I'm inspired. I'm intrigued. That happens all the time. How many times have you had somebody say you should check out this singer, and then you check out that one song, and in the process of hearing that one song, you hear 5 more songs that you really fuck with.
Right.
Now you're a fan of this artist because of that one chance you took. That one chance. There's a little girl right now who doesn't know how powerful her voice is, and she's never heard of Anita Baker. Anita Baker isn't about to have a single on the radio right now, but somebody's gonna, somebody's gonna have to make sure that little girl knows who Anita Baker is, so that she knows that how powerful her voice is. She had somebody before her that paved the way. We're on a podcast right now. I look at people who've done podcasts before me because they paved the way. You know?
Yep.
Accountability. I just want people to have some accountability in what they say they love. You know? And that's just anything. If you love your wife or your husband, have some accountability in your relationship to do some homework. You want to ride up.
All
One.
right.